In the United Kingdom, Conservative Party leader KEMI Badenoch faced an embarrassing moment at Parliament when she challenged Prime Minister Keir Starmer over the hike in defense spending on Wednesday. Badenoch had questioned the Prime Minister over the exact amount of the hike and suggested that the Prime Minister had listened to her advice on using international aid money for defense. Well, in response, Keir Starmer said that Badenoch never crossed his mind. Let's take a look before we come back for a discussion.
Over the weekend, I suggested to the Prime Minister that he cut the aid budget, and I'm pleased that he accepted my advice. Mr. Speaker, it's the fastest response. It's the fastest response I've ever had from the Prime Minister. However, he announced £13.4 billion in additional defence spending yesterday. This morning, his Defence Secretary said the uplift is only £6 billion, which is the correct figure.
Prime Minister.
I'm going to have to let the Leader of the Opposition down gently. She didn't feature in my thinking at all. I was so busy over the weekend I didn't even see her proposal. I think she's appointed herself, saviour of the Western civilization. It's a desperate search for relevance. But, Mr. Speaker...
She has appointed herself as a savior of Western civilization. Rufai, I don't know what that was. That was the most embarrassing thing I've seen so far at Parliament.
Wow, she's appointed herself as a savior of the Western civilization. KEMI is a joke. Honestly, KEMI BADENOCH is a joke. So this is the same defense spending a lot of people have praised Keir Starmer for. And the truth is, he's taking some part, I think 0.2%, like we said, 0.3% out to be able to show off defense spending. In 2027, there's going to be an increase in defense spending. I think KEMI is suffering from her own personal identity crisis, number one. Secondly, she doesn't even have a full grasp of the issues. And that's why Keir Starmer just looks at her and said, who is this one talking? This is something that there was a unanimous consensus to support. In fact, even the most right-wing of right-wing reform did give kudos to him on this. So what is KEMI saying here? That's how she misinterprets most of the arguments and everything. I think she should go and learn how to be a very productive leader. And that's why you were giving out the stat other day. About 20% really acknowledges her as someone that can be a viable leader. Right. If there's a race for leadership now, in the Conservative Party, I'm not sure KEMI will be able to stand it because she's done an appalling job. She's not taking the issues on. Mm-hmm. She's gone on to be like this warrior for cultural issues, which she should not be doing. She entirely missed that point. Her policies have not landed. And it's just a big problem. So you see, they keep making a joke of her, and this is one of the most hilarious, beatdowns I've ever seen. I didn't even acknowledge you. And that's what we keep saying to the lady.
Okay, go ahead.
She can't keep acting like a playboy from the Southwest.
So the British people are already tired of KEMI Badenoch. Hey, what did I say? I warned KEMI a long time ago, and I made a video this morning or late around the afternoon period where I talked about KEMI's behavior. The Brits are already tired. You saw the kind of embarrassment that guy gave her. I think that she's not, just like Rufai said, she's not understanding what's going on and she's just blabbing and talking anyhow, disrespecting people. The person say, look at this one. Oh. You want to make yourself the savior of Western civilization. And the guy even said that why is she trying to look for relevance? Why is she trying to look for relevance? Oh my God. She's trying to look for relevance. See, KEMI Badenoch, you need to, as you went home, I don't know if your husband spoke to you, you need to calm down. First of all, they told you to go back and sort out your public, your public future, whatever it is. If you watch my other video, you see every detail is there. And KEMI now went to go and embarrass herself at Parliament. KEMI Badenoch went to embarrass herself at Parliament. Speaking to the Prime Minister anyhow, the guy gave her. What a shame. Madam, calm down. Oh. You're a Nigerian. No wonder. In fact, the Brits are even surprised that KEMI, who is a Nigerian, will now be kicking against immigration. How did you get into that place, madam? Is it not still true childbearing immigration where your mom went to give birth and you stayed there and came back to Nigeria for some time and went back? If you weren't married to a Brit, will you be able to sit down there and be talking down on your KEMI, like, now wow, see how this man just embarrassed you. Or see, now everybody's laughing at you. You have become a laughing stock on social media, because Nigerians, I would have said, no, why did they speak to Kemi like that? They can't say that because you have used your mouth, this your mouth here, to spoil things for yourself. If you are told, look at now, Kemi, you can't even stand and face the Brits man. You can't, because you have so bastardized your own country in such a way that if it's time for fight, the country cannot even come for you and help you because you are disrespectful. Yes, see how everybody is laughing at you. Something we are supposed to say, no, you're not supposed to do that. People are laughing at you. See what Rufai said? That you are suffering from your own identity crisis. I think, my sister, you need to sit down and look at your life very well and say, no, you don't want this kind of thing to continue. Because, one, you have kids, I'm very sure. If you don't have kids, at least you have siblings. Would they like the fact that you keep embarrassing yourself? It's just the same way. I told people that Kemi is not that she's not understanding most of the things she says. Just like the interview she goes for, they'll ask you, Kemi Badenoch, what do you think the British police can do to better, their services? She doesn't say, it will never be like Nigerian police. So who asks you? Did they mention Nigerian police? Look at how a Brit man washed you down, and you couldn't say Beckham. See how all the Brits were laughing at you, Kemi Badenoch, like they call you Kemi Badenoch. I don't want them to be calling you that name, but you need to change, sister, you need to change, because it's becoming too much. Your wahala is becoming too much. Like the vice president has told you, change your name so that people will not know you're Nigerian. You're asking for accountability in people's country with so much nerve, and you're not even understanding what went on for them to come to that. And you know that it was not only that man that took that decision. You just wanted to embarrass yourself, to show yourself that in Parliament you are very influential. You hear that? They say you're busybody. That's in the nutshell.